Okay, so this is gonna be a fun little video for any of you in your 20s. This is a quarter life crisis video. This time of your life, I want to say, people say, oh, your 20s are so fun, you're so free, and you can do anything, and blah blah blah. That's not true. Honestly, I wish I had lived my teen years to the fullest because I was so in a rush to grow up. All I wanted to do was grow up and have a job and be out of school and just, on my own and make my own choices. Don't do it if you are in your teens. Please enjoy every second, especially if you're lucky enough to have your parents paying for stuff for you. And I know a lot of teens obviously aren't in that position. People obviously are struggling. Teens have to make their own way a lot of the time. But if you are lucky enough to have your parents paying for your insurance, paying for a car for you, putting you through college, anything, any of that type of thing, feeding you, take advantage of it, appreciate it, do everything you can to hold on to that time because it won't last forever. Maybe it will if you're like really loaded or something, but this time of your life is really, really hard and stressful. And even if you thought getting into college was hard, if you thought college was stressful, just wait until you actually have to get a job, make it on your own, pay your own insurance, pay your car payment, pay your car insurance, pay for toothpaste, pay for all those things your parents may have been buying forever. I mean, I'm lucky enough I still get to live at home, but every minute I have something else I need to buy. Cleaning products, tampons, toilet paper, anything like that. I realize, look how much your parents actually spend. When you're in high school and your parents say, sorry, we can't afford that $50 pair of jeans, they mean it. I feel so guilty for being in high school, being like, my mom shouldn't have had so many kids if she couldn't afford to buy us everything we wanted. Like, what a horrible person was I? Because that is so not true. Your parents do so much, and now that I'm an adult and like trying to pay all these things on my own, it's so scary to know that if you run out of money, if you lose your job, if anything goes wrong and everything you planned on receiving, if you get a late check, if you get paid a week late and they make a mistake, like you could be out, you could have to pay a late payment on a bill. There's so many things that could go wrong. If you get in a car accident, you have to pay for that, like you don't have a car now. It's just really, really, really scary, and it's kind of like going through my mind. And I have this kind of moment around this time every year, right after Christmas, because I spent a lot of money on other people and more money than I planned to spend most of the time of the year. Also because it's about to be taxes time, which is always so stressful. But really all of that, like there's so many things you don't realize that you don't have to worry about until it's too late. I don't want to have to learn all this now. High schools teach your kids taxes, teach kids how to budget. Like they want everyone to be poor and go through this horrible time in their life. Why didn't I learn all of this in college or high school? How did they expect anyone to live on their own? Especially our age millennials, like did our parents just like figure it out? Like, I don't really get it. It's all very confusing and stressful, and it just pops up out of nowhere almost. I started worrying about this when I first was graduating college, knowing, okay, now that I'm not in college, I don't have a fallback. Like, as much as I hated college, it kind of is a security blanket, kind of like high school. Like, everyone says they hate high school and they want to go to college, but I don't know if you had this when you graduated high school, but I certainly did. Like, the last couple months, there's this nagging feeling like you're leaving this place you've known for 4 years, and it might have been annoying and hard, but now that's gone. Like, you don't have that to fall back on. You can't just call out, like have your mom call you out when you're sick. You're in college, you still have, oh, if I'm sick, teachers get it. You have an excuse. You can go to your teacher and say, oh, I'm getting my tonsils out, I'll be out for 2 weeks or something. But when you're an adult and you have a job and you have to pay for all these different things, you don't have that luxury. You don't have someone to fall back on. I'm sure when it actually comes to like a real intense situation, you have your family, your friends and everything, but you don't have the luxury of putting things off and just kind of knowing that there's always something catching you. When you're on your own, you're on your own. And from bills, which is very stressful. It's credit card bills, water, electric, all that stuff, and knowing that those are things you have to pay. And the thing is, they all pile on at once. It's not like you can take your time and pay, okay, I'll pay my phone bill for 1 year, and then next year I'll add this bill, and I'll add this bill slowly, and you kind of can pick up the pace. It all comes out right at once as soon as you move out. Not that I would know, but as soon as you move out, you have like how many more new bills to pay, and it's not something, even if you put it all into your budget and know it's there and you have to do it, it's such a shocking thing when it actually happens, because you go from paying for nothing. When you live at home, even in college, like I know a lot of people probably do have to pay for themselves, but most of the people I knew had their parents paying for shampoo, conditioner, tampons, water, food. You know, you go from paying none of that to paying all of it to the tiniest little detail, heating your house. Like, it's really stressful to know that all those things are things you have to worry about. Another one, insurance. Insurance sucks. Like, being on your parents' insurance is godsend. If your parents have insurance and you're under 26, good for you, because I'm running out this year and I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm self-employed. I don't have access to a job that offers insurance, and that's my choice. I know it is. I'm not complaining about it, but it is freaking scary to know that you have to now be responsible for that as well. You can't obviously piggyback off your parents forever, as much as I wish I could. Knowing now that, you know, this didn't always frighten me as much as it does now, because I am on prescription medications, and it's one thing when you're taking vitamins and stuff, but I'm on prescription medications from birth control to my anxiety pill to my heart pill, and knowing that I won't have a way of paying for that is really, really scary. And being an adult, that means I have to worry about it. If I was in high school, my mom would have to worry about it. And it's just not, it's not fun to go through this. Next is something that is a little less intense and serious, but wrinkles. Not something I really was concerned with. You know, I was always very anti-aging, preventative aging, you know, okay, great, moisturize, do this, do that. But once you actually start seeing those wrinkles, when you start putting concealer under your eyes, and they're not just covering dark circles, but it's exaggerating dryness, when you start seeing little lines in here, that's not fun. I already have wrinkles on my forehead from just being worried all the time, and now they're just getting more and more intense, and I'm getting a little wrinkle in here. You know, it's not fun to realize that not only are you aging and having more responsibilities, but now you actually look like you're aging. Good times. Another one on top of that is weird hairs, and I've talked about this before, but as you get older, you get weird hairs. And I'm not talking about, you know, the ones under your brow or even in here. I'm talking about the ones on your upper lip. The ones coming out of your little chin right here. The ones that come off the back of your thigh. Random weird long hairs that you should not be getting until you're going through a midlife crisis. But I guess these are called the quarter life crisis hairs because they are annoying. They pop up randomly. I never had these until I hit my 20s, so enjoy that if you're not in your 20s yet. And it makes me feel old and disgusting, and literally it's all piling on at once. And you know how, like, when you hear your grandparents or your parents complain about like aches and pains, and you know, your parent squats down to get something, and oh, you know, that I used to think, oh my god, I'm never gonna have to deal with that. You know, I'm gonna have kids who have kids by the time I deal with that. I'm already dealing with that. I squat down and play with a kid I babysit. I was sitting on the floor playing with my niece. I can barely stand up from it. It's like unbelievable. I'm going under my bed to pull some stuff out and organize. I am in so much pain. I walk up and down the stairs. I mean, this also probably has something to do with the fact that I'm not in shape, but it's not fun to have your joints creaking and cracking when you're moving around and having weird aches that come up, but that's not fun. There's growing pains, but now it's like aging pains. Okay, here's one that's not really, I don't want to say it's like a bad thing, but I feel like I relate more to people who are retired than I do to people who are in high school or college. It's been 10 years since I was 15. That's very scary. I saw on Twitter the other day that it's been 10 years since High School Musical 3 came out. I am very old, and I talk to people who are retired, people who are in, you know, closer to 100 than to 50, and I relate to them more so than people who are younger than me. And it's weird, and I don't like it, and it makes me uncomfortable. And this is just the reality that life is, that now you have so many responsibilities, and they all pile on at once. Like, when you're 16, they should have you slowly having to build up your responsibility, and when you're 18 and you're in college, they should have you start to do things on your own. And it might be partially like parents now, you know, want to help their kids and do things for them, and that's fine, but teach your kids how to do things. And I don't even want to blame my parents, because I feel like they've been fine in helping me be independent, but it's really hard to be independent. Like, I know that's a personality trait. I'm not a very independent person in some aspects, but getting to this age is super, super scary, knowing that all these things are now on me. In the past I've had jobs in high school and everything, but when you let someone down, you're letting someone else down, and like, you know, there's something there to back it up. If I called out sick at my job in high school, it wasn't that big a deal. You know, babysitting, yes, I felt very guilty if I ever had to call out sick because someone's depending on you, but you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, when I was babysitting, I needed that money, but at the same time, if I didn't go once because I was sick, I was okay. I knew that my mom would pay if I needed some money for something, and you know, it wasn't the end of the world. You know, when you have a high school job, you're making extra money. Maybe you're paying something for yourself, but for me, I was paying for extra things. You know, maybe my car payment, but then I had plenty of extra money to buy clothes at Abercrombie or whatever. But now, if I miss out on something, if I have a job, a freelance job, and I decide not to do it one week, or I'm sick, I still have to do it, because if I miss out on one paycheck, things could get really, really dicey, and you're letting yourself down, and that's like your livelihood. And it's scary that so much stuff depends on money, and most of the stuff that comes along with aging right now, it's scaring me, is about money. It's from buying things like tampons to buying things like insurance. It's all piling on each other, and it's really, really scary knowing that you are required to do those things for yourself. And you know, I'm so lucky that I am in a position where my parents let me live at home at this age and that I don't have to pay rent. So I do as much as I can, you know, to help out and everything, but it is scary knowing that that is something that's right around the corner and is currently happening, that I have to pay these bills and I have to do this. So if you're younger, please enjoy it. I wish that I had enjoyed high school, even college more. You know, enjoy the fact that you have insurance on your parents' insurance. You know, those type of things. Just, I mean, enjoy it and appreciate it, because it's not gonna last forever. And when it doesn't, it's really scary. So I thought this was kind of a rant, I guess, but it's also just kind of like a public service announcement. Enjoy everything you get from your parents. Enjoy being under 18 and not having that responsibility. Like, I know better than anyone. I was in such a rush to grow up, and I shouldn't have been. You know, enjoy it. And I know a lot of people might know that, teens now might get it, but I feel like some teens don't. Some teens are on their phone and just doing this and not paying attention, and they're still crabby and everything. And you know, be a teen, but enjoy being a teen. Don't waste your teen years being nasty and whiny and selfish. Appreciate all that you have, because it's not going to last forever. So this is kind of depressing, but also like, hey, wake up. Hope this was enjoyable. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you agree, or if you're in a similar place as me right now and you're freaking terrified. Yeah, bye.